Hey guys, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Welcome back, talented writers. We talked about story structure last week, specifically the 3-act structure and the snowflake method. And I decided to keep the ball rolling because why not? Today we're covering the 7-act structure and how to write a story with it. If you're new here, hi, hello, hola. I'm Naley Gonzalez, author of the new adult psychic suspense novel Like My Mother Before Me. And welcome to my channel where I share tips and advice on writing, the self-publishing process, my occasional opinion on stuff going on in the writing world, and other fun writerly videos. If you think any or all of that is as cool as you are, then I recommend you click that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you never miss a video. For my returning friends and subscribers, thank you for showing up today. Oh, and don't forget to share some ideas for when we hit our 500 subscriber milestone. Leave a comment, email me, tweet me, whatever. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, right. 7-act story structure. There are different approaches when writing stories. Some writers prefer the 3-act structure, which can be considered strict. Others like to follow the narrative archetype known as the hero's journey. But another way to break your story down is the 7-act structure. No matter what you're writing, it's always helpful to tackle it with some type of framework in mind. If the 3-act structure and snowflake method didn't cut it for you, then here's how the 7-act or point structure can guide you through the writing process. Number 1, your hook. This is your starting point, the first scene in Act 1. You'll establish your setting and introduce your main character. Like every other story, your main character will go through a transformation. It's in this first section where you must give your reader a strong understanding of who your main character is and what their life is like before they go off on their mission. Number 2, plot point 1. With the people and places in your story introduced, you can now follow it up with the inciting incident. This is the moment that fuels the plot and forces your protagonist out of their comfort zone and off on an adventure. This must be a powerful motive that obligates them into unwillingly accepting the challenge. It's considered the point of no return and usually where the second act of the story kicks off. Number 3, pinch point 1. Your character embarks on their journey, setting the second act in motion. They react and attempt to navigate their new world and take on trials and challenges. All these outside conflicts put serious pressure on your character. This is also the point where your antagonist, villain, or bad guys come into play. Number 4, midpoint. You're halfway through the story. At this point, something big has to happen. I mean, it's gotta be notable. Because of this event, your protagonist has the wake-up call they've been needing to get their priorities in order and focus on the goal. They're kicking ass and taking names now. This is where you'll crank up the intensity and tension as your story climbs upward toward the climax. Number 5, pinch point 2. Your protagonist's train powers through at full steam, but something goes wrong and they veer off the tracks. They've come across an obstacle that creates suspense in your reader. They'll wonder if your protagonist will be triumphant or fail in the end. Your protagonist will doubt their abilities as they collect the strength they need to defeat the bad guy and complete their journey. As this point continues and builds to the climax, your protagonist acquires a new outlook and gains the confidence they need to keep going. This is roughly where the traditional Act 2 comes to an end. Number 6, plot point 2. We've arrived at the climax. Here, your protagonist meets their foe at last. We're at the peak of every story's dramatic and emotional fervor. They have to battle, they have to be caught by surprise and possibly fail, then rise from the ashes with a new plan and kick ass. All I'm saying is it must be a huge payoff for your readers. If not, they'll feel like they wasted their read. And last, number 7, resolution. The denouement. Every good story has one. In the 3-act structure, this is the conclusion. The final scene where your protagonist returns to some pretense of normalcy or accepts their new normal. At the end of this point or act, the arcs of your characters come to a close, and your protagonist should have endured a transformation that presents them in a state opposite to when your reader first met them. And there you have it, all 7 points to the 7-point plot structure, or 7-act story structure. Call it whatever you want. Just make sure it's got those 7 points to help with your story. Remember to share some ideas with me in the comments on what you'd like for me to do when we hit 500 subs here on YouTube. There are so many things I've seen done, but I want to do something you'd enjoy the most, so all ideas are welcome. Shout out again to all my friends and subscribers for helping me get this far. You truly are the greatest. I mean, you already know that, but it doesn't hurt to tell you again. And give this video a like so I know to make more of them. And if you haven't yet, click that subscribe button. I post new videos on Sundays, so be sure to turn on your notifications to be the first to know when they're live. To stay in the know of what I'm up to, my novels, and current writing projects, follow me on social media and join my mailing list. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.